Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Salon's Blog, wherever you are on the globe, especially on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, or right here in Asia with me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this very afternoon special edition. It is about discussions. Let's talk together. Let's express ourselves nicely in a comment section there. I want to hear from you about all that I've been saying from morning till now. Well, many of you are saying that enough of the Victor Osimhen talk, but I can tell you for a fact, when it comes to football news, in as much as the news is coming in, we can't stop talking about it. He is a football player. And so long as he is in the news, we'll have to talk about it. When Mbappe was in the news, we talk about it. Cristiano Ronaldo was in the news, we talk about it. So any huge player, once you are in the news, we must talk about you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Until the dust is settled, nothing to talk about Victor Osimhen, then we stop. It is what it is. But quickly, this very minute, you see, I will not take much of your time because I know it's in the afternoon, hot afternoon. But I want to get something here. In his first season at Chelsea, the legendary Drogba scored 10 Premier League goals. Yes, in his first season at Chelsea, our legendary Didier Drogba scored 10 Premier League goals. Yes, and in his second season, he scored 12. 2 additional ones. 12 goals in his second season. Our legend Didier Drogba. Meaning 2 seasons he scored 22 goals in 2 seasons. Now, Nicholas Jackson in his first season scored how many goals? In his first season, scored how many goals? 14 goals. Non-penalty goals, 14 for Chelsea. Yes. He's now in his second season. And how many goals has he scored so far? As a matter of fact, I watched the XG of Nicholas Jackson for this season. He has already outplayed his XG with the number of goals he already scored. But you see, the difference between Jackson and Didier Drogba, however, was that Drogba won the title in both those seasons. Drogba won the Premier League title in both those seasons. That is the difference. Jackson has started his blue career in a better goal-scoring form, but is being viewed through the lens of the work in progress currently at Chelsea. Jackson is being viewed currently through the work in progress. We are judging him based on work in progress. And we are dissatisfied because the entire squad has not been satisfactory. It's as simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is as simple as that. If you want to criticize in football, like I always say, do not be emotional about it. We don't watch football with your heart. You watch football with your eyes. You calculate it in your brain, with your mind. You watch with your eyes. You try to analyze it with your brain. When your heart comes in, you become too emotional. You think, I don't know how to put it. Ladies and gentlemen, I brought out this fact for you to understand it. The entire squad right now in Chelsea was just below par, and it's as simple as that. The quality of players that Drogba played with, even during his time, were far better than Jackson had currently. Now we have young but talented. Previously, they were talented but matured, not necessarily by age and experience. Yet, he scored less goals less goals, but the entire team performed well. So we didn't notice it. Today, many of you out there are on Jackson because he is not Haaland. You don't expect him to be Haaland. They are two different types of players. They are playing different types of football. Oh yes. Well, before I continue, my Ghana fans, before I continue, my fellow Ghanaians out there, the first training session done, I set on the task ahead. That's the video right there on your screen. The video of the Ghana Black Stars first training session yesterday. Yes, done and settled. First training yesterday evening. That is the first training session right there on your screen in video. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me also announce to you that Chukwuemeka and Casadai will stay and be part of Chelsea's first team going forward, at least for now, for this season. Chukwuemeka, most of us, we feared Chukwuemeka will be moving out on loan, but as it stands right now, or will be sold, as it stands right now, Chukwuemeka has been reintegrated into the squad. Casadai was in the last team sheet. I mean, in our last game against Crystal Palace, he was named on the bench. So I'm not surprised. But both Chukwuemeka and Casadai will stay and be part of Chelsea's first team squad this season, according to the Athletic. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we move on to the issues that we've been talking about all this while. That some of you are suggesting that I should move on from there, Victor Osimhen. But you see, like I said earlier on in my introduction, unless Victor Osimhen is no longer in the news, then you can tell me to back off. But so long as he is in the news, we will have to continue to talk about it. Now, questions that we were asking last Saturday, Saturday, questions that we were asking Saturday, some of the answers are now coming out. Some of the reports are now getting clearer. Some of the things that we didn't know earlier on are beginning to surface. Chelsea were ready to offer Victor Osimhen a salary of up to £150,000 a week. The initial report we got was that Chelsea was offering him £68,000 a week. Now, we are being made to understand that Chelsea offered Victor Osimhen up to £150,000 a week for loan, the last offer. But he was not ready to accept that. The player was not ready to accept the £150,000 per week for the loan. I mean, in terms of the loan deal. Now, why did this crop up? This popped up right now because Galatasaray are now looking to sign him on loan, offering him a salary of £160,000 a week. Ladies and gentlemen, 150, 160. Chelsea was offering him £150,000 a week. Galatasaray only added £10,000. Now, the difference here is the project. Chelsea was giving Victor Osimhen a long-term project. Galatasaray is offering him a short-term project. He chose to accept a short-term loan with Galatasaray, 1 year loan with Galatasaray for £160,000. Instead of going to a club where he will be stabilized, he will know that this is my home going forward. Year after year, performance-based increments. Performance-based increments, like we just did for Cole Palmer and we are about to do for Nicola Jackson. 25 to 30% increment yearly based on your performance. Ladies and gentlemen, which one do you think could have been better? How sure is Jackson that in January, let's just say, all things being equal, he's doing fantastically well in Galatasaray, and in January, a club like Arsenal or Man City or Bayern Munich, because we have been told there are only 10 clubs that are allowed to activate the release clause in January. Only about 8 or 10 clubs, between 8 and 10 clubs that are allowed, that have been listed, that they are permitted to activate the release clause in January, if they so wish. So assuming any of these clubs should come in now, how sure is Victor Osimhen that they are going to be offering anything better than what Chelsea offered? And by the way, with all the unveiling, which I have the video here, I will show you briefly. With the unveiling of Victor Osimhen and the pressure right now that is going to be on him, what if he did not meet up with expectation? Remember last season with Napoli, he did not meet expectations. It was not like two seasons ago with him. Last season was below expectation. What is a guarantee that going to Galatasaray right now, he will perform to the expectation of the fans and the club? That will prompt another club to go in for him in January. Otherwise, the season will end over there. And when the season ends, where does he go next? Where would he go next? We've seen value of players, skyrocketing. We've seen others also going below expectation. Yes, we've seen players like Jackson. We are being told right now his market value has increased. Kopama, his market value has increased. There are others also whose market value has decreased. I'm leaving that for your judgment. Because the bottom line is, even if Chelsea offered Osimhen 7 million euro a year as annual salary, which was, if you multiply, that is the 150,000 pounds a week, okay, by 12 months, that's 7 million. In euro terms, in pound, that should be about 4 point something to 5 million. All right? Okay. If Chelsea offered 7 million euro a year as annual salary, it's still better than 10 million euro to play in Turkey. In my own opinion. In my own opinion, if Chelsea had offered 7 million euro as annual salary for Victor Osimhen to play in England with all the image rights and the TV coverage. Listen, another thing is, how many guys watch this Turkish league? How many people? It's not before I'm trying to see I've been watching Turkish league. I'm not too sure which channels I've been watching them because of Jose Mourinho. Because of Jose Mourinho, I'm planning to start watching Turkish league. I have never even started it yet. But I want to start watching because of Jose Mourinho. So there's what we call image rights. TV, the views matters a lot when it comes to football, career, and business. How many guys out there watching the Turkish league? My brothers in Nigeria will tell you, now they will start watching Turkish league. Yes, you are watching Turkish league when Premier League they are playing a Premier League and they are playing Turkish league. Which one will you switch on to? You prefer to watch Eze playing for Crystal Palace in the Premier League than going to watch Turkish league, my dear friend. Don't lie to yourself. You see, so the bottom line is, even if Chelsea offered Osimhen 7 million a year as annual salary, it's still better than 10 million to play in Turkey. For me, they just felt he was too big for a loan. His agent and people around him, they just felt that Osimhen was too big for a loan deal, which could have been a solution on a deadline day for them. That should have just been a solution for Victor Osimhen on a deadline day with Chelsea. For a reasonable loan fee, Chelsea would have paid him more for a year loan. For a reasonable loan fee with Napoli, Chelsea would have paid him more for a loan on that deadline day. It's very beneficial to both the player and Chelsea. That would have been very beneficial to both the player and Chelsea. Well, I'm glad honestly, that finally, Osimhen and his own entourage, his management, I'm glad they have corrected a costly error. I'm glad they have corrected a costly error. Hopefully, he has a big season in Turkey. Because if he doesn't, hopefully, he will have a big season in Turkey. Because if he doesn't, ladies and gentlemen, well, finally, before I let you go this afternoon, Chelsea are pretty close to having a balance, or Chelsea are pretty close to having balanced the books. I'm talking about the accounting books, the account books, following Angelo Gabriel's sale to Al Nassr for 19 million pounds, 19.1 million. If you don't count Pendes and Estaval, who was signed for 2025 and not joined Chelsea yet, we are very close to balancing our books this season. If you don't count Estaval, who is still playing with his mother club, and Pendes, who is also still with the mother club, we loan both of them back to their mother clubs, right? So if you don't count them, then we are close to balancing our books. Means that we spent 208.5 million pounds on new players. Listen, we spent 208.5 million pounds on new players, and we made sales of 188.9 million pounds. We made sales of 188.9 million pounds. So plus and minuses. How much? In less than 20 million, Chelsea books should be balanced. Oh yes. If you want to check, maybe 17 or 18 million. Chelsea have no issue with PFR or PSS or whatever. Oh yes. You see, when our opponents are asking questions, how is Chelsea buying all these players? Why is Chelsea getting the money from to buy all these players? Why is Chelsea doing this? Why? We are selling. We are not Arsenal. We are not Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. We are selling. Yes, we sell. Do you know how much we bought Angelo Gabriel? I think we bought around 13 million or so. And we are selling him for 19 million. We are making almost about 6 million pound profit. He never played for Chelsea first team. Last season he was on loan. Now we are selling for 19.1 million. We made almost about 6 million pounds profit. You see, the truth is, these are owners, they are smart business people. Somehow it's affected us, we the fans, because we want to win. But they are also doing business, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's a very great afternoon to you, wherever you are. I'm glad, I'm excited to always come your way. Yes. You see, now let me just be concluding here. Dan Ashworth on why Manchester United decided to sell Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Dan Ashworth, that's the CEO of Manchester United. Yeah, he spoke and explained the reason behind the sale of Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. He said, we felt we had enough debt in that particular position to be able to cover it up. We've got 4 really good wide players. Jadon was a fit, and it just enabled us to make that decision. So he said they have enough on that left side of the field, those kind of wide players. Jadon Sancho is just the fifth one. When he looked at it, Jadon Sancho is the least among them, so he chose, okay, he can go. I hope the 4 that they have succeeds with them, because they already lost heavily to Liverpool, and the pressure is on. The pressure is already on Erik ten Hag. The pressure is already on Erik ten Hag. Ladies and gentlemen, Galatasaray fans welcoming Victor Osimhen to Istanbul around 3 a.m. last night. 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Galatasaray fans welcoming Victor Osimhen. Here you are with a video, short video on your screen. On that note, let me give some shout out and I'll get out of this place. I should be back later in the night with more exclusives and explosives. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere yet. I have few shout out to give, at least 6 or 7. This is coming from David from Ghana. David from Ghana. He says, Osimhen should go after refusing to come to Chelsea. Jackson is a good player. If you have watched Jackson games very well, he always comes and support the midfield players like Haaland, and Osimhen do not do that. So you guys should encourage him and stop the criticism. Jackson will become good, as Mr. Salom said. He just need to improve on the finishing. He is still young. Thank you very much, David from G8 Ghana. I appreciate your comment. Keep it coming in. Let me hear more from you, David. Very good afternoon to you in GH Ghana for that matter. All right, the next one says, leave this Osimhen matter alone, bro. He is and will no longer be part of us. Let's focus on what we already have. Haron Stanley from Kenya. Haron Stanley from Kenya, I did explain my reasons why I will not stop, or we cannot, not only me, sports journalists all around the globe, we can't stop it. It's everywhere. Not just on this channel, right? Big shout out to you anyway, my man. You know Stanley in Kenya. Keep sharing the video. Inform your friends in Kenya to join the club. And hey, you guys out there, register and be a member of this channel. Exclusive videos to our exclusive members who have registered as members. Be a member, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, we are on TikTok. TikTok channel also, we have a subscriber portion also. You will have to subscribe to be a full-fledged member on our TikTok channel. Don't just follow us on TikTok. Subscribe as well and be a member. Hey, let me see you being the first to subscribe to the TikTok. I want to see you be the first to subscribe to the TikTok. Yes, subscribe to our TikTok. It's very important for us. And remember to share the videos and like the videos out there. All right, big shout out to you once again, Haron Stanley from Kenya. This one says, I am most grateful that Osimhen accepted this loan move. Chelsea didn't do well at all to offer such a ridiculous contract of a very low fee. Well, that is why I now came back and explained to people like you right now that Chelsea offered as much as £150,000 and more for the loan. Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to you out there. Quickly, this one says, Onoja Michael from Abuja, Nigeria. Best striker, best choice, very happy for him. At least he will play Europa League. Well, he will play Europa League right there. Is it Europa or Champions League? Galatasaray is playing Champions League. They won the season last year. They won the league in Turkey last season. If they are the one that won it, then they should be playing, Champions League. Because Fenerbahce was second. They missed out on with Galatasaray with just 1 point. So yes, I should think so. Fenerbahce was supposed to be in a Europa League, where they had a playoff with Jose Mourinho, but he lost the playoff, I think, a few weeks ago. I think so, with goals aggregate or whatever. So Galatasaray should be in the Champions League. I'll verify that news anyway. Big shout out to you, Michael from Abuja, Nigeria. This one says, don't forget he signed new contract with Napoli. Yes. Now, the reality of the matter is that Napoli gave him extra 1 year on his contract. Before moving to Galatasaray, they've extended his contract. You see these guys, Italian clubs. They extended his contract. You are going on loan. Okay, we'll add 1 more year to your contract. So if Victor Osimhen is not very careful, from now onwards, you continue to go on loan and loan. Well, this is coming from Michael Evelyn. I believe, I'm not too sure if you are a lady. If you are Michael Evelyn, I guess you are a lady. All right, big shout out to you out there, Michael Evelyn. Let me know where you are watching from, Michael Evelyn. All right, the same person says, best news of the year. Thank you so much. Best news of the year. Thank you so much, my brother or my sister. Big shout out to you out there. I really appreciate your company. This one says, first year, up Chelsea. Oh, you are the first to comment, right? Up Chelsea. Joseph, let me know your full name and where you are watching from, Joseph. Big shout out to you guys all out there. Very great afternoon, you guys all out there. I should be back with a late night edition exclusively Remember to like the video, share the video, and let me hear from you in the comment section. I'll see you guys when you see me, dear friends. Shalom and peace.